Me. All right. I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes astray, but when I woke up this morning, I could have sworn it was Judgment Day. The sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere, trying to run from the destruction. What's the last line? Oh, come on, man. And you know I didn't even care. Prince! Yes! All right. Oh, my God. Okay. Don't worry. We won't hold that against you. All right. So I'm going to do your intro now, or try and do your intro. You can go silent or not silent. That's up to you. And 1, 2, 3. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast, My First Season. My name is Greg. And in this podcast, sorry, that sucked. Let me try again. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, everyone. My name is Greg, and welcome back to the podcast, My First Season. In this podcast, I interview travel writers and people who work for resorts, hotels, cruise ships, and airlines, and we'll talk about their experience in travel and tourism. My guest today and I worked together in Cancun, Mexico in 2004, 2005. It was her first season. It was my second to last. I remember the exact moment when she arrived in the village. She looked a little terrified, but we're gonna talk about that. Okay. Talk about lambs to the slaughter. Okay. So, from Montreal, fellow Montrealer, please give a warm welcome to Jo. What's up, girl?
Hey.
How are you? Okay, I know.
I'm good.
So happy to get you here. We had to go through your agents, your publicists, your managers, your social media consultants, but we finally got you. So I'm very happy you're here.
Finally.
And you agreed to come on the show. Thank you so much. And yeah, just once more, you agreed to the rules of no swearing and no hookup stories, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Under mild protest. All right. Yeah. So you were a water ski and wakeboard geo, but I do recall a little bit like you were a competitive wakeboarder, were you not?
Yeah. Back when I was young, I used to be a Quebec's wakeboard champion. So I did this one backflip that nobody could do back in the days. And every time I just did it, I won. So I don't have that much credit.
you did the backflip off the wake. That's a tantrum, I guess. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
All right. And so how old were you when you started like water skiing, wakeboarding, all that?
I was a baby. I was 4 years old. So I grew up on the lake up north in Lesterel, and I just picked up on it. It was a family sport and I just loved it. So yeah, when I got the opportunity to work in Cancun, I was stoked. Water ski all day, paid to do it and to teach it. It was stoked.
Okay. So you're growing up, you're water skiing. So before Club Med, were you working, going to school? Like what were you doing right before that besides competing?
Yeah. So funny. Yeah, but like, I think everything happens for a reason, right? I was in school, I was studying to go my bachelor's degree, and I was going to go to Spain. And things happened with my family where we didn't have enough money for me to go anymore. So I had to take a sabbatical year and go work. And I applied to Club Med. And so that I could, pay for my studies. And that's how I ended up in Club Med. I thought, hey, I'll go work somewhere where they speak Spanish. I'll perfect my Spanish for a season, and then I'll just carry on with my life and go to Spain and graduate.
Well, how did you, first, what were you studying? Like, what was your undergrad in?
International commerce.
Okay. So
actually, I lie.
Okay.
I was doing operations, which is what I actually do now, funny enough.
Okay.
And then after going to Club Med, I switched it to international commerce because I wanted to travel some more. So,
okay. So how did you find out about like sending an application or applying to Club Med? How did you find out about it? Someone you knew worked there, or you went there on vacation?
I went to a resort that was right next to Club Med in Huatulco in like 2001.
Oh, really?
And everybody talked about the Club Med in Huatulco and how big it was. And I kind of told myself at 18 years old, one day I'm going to be a GO. And so when I was starting to think about what do I want to do during my sabbatical, I saw that there was an audition casting in Montreal. And I just kind of thought, oh my God, this is my chance. I should go and do that, live that dream,
All right. So you had your interview audition. Okay. So what did you have to do for your interview audition? Because I've been hearing a lot of stories. So did they make you dance, tell jokes? What did you have to do?
I was so prepared. Oh my God. Because I did circus as a kid. And I applied for Circus Geo, for Baby Club Geo, go figure.
Oh, really?
And Waterski Geo.
Okay.
So I went there. I did a crazy sign. I don't remember what it was. Actually, I have no idea what it was.
Please say
and
it was
I
she bangs.
juggled.
Okay. Oh, you juggle? I never saw you juggle in Cancun. Okay.
I don't know that I was that quick at that time.
Okay. We'll talk about she bangs later. Okay. I didn't know you juggled. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I used to
Did you
do the
teach
circus
yourself?
show also
Who taught you? Who taught you how to juggle?
actually elementary school. You know that Montreal is a mecca for circus. It's the capital of circus. So
Yes.
in my elementary school, I used to do, instead of gym, I used to do circus.
Oh,
so
wow.
I did all that stuff: unicycle, juggling, stilts. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So I did the audition and I was like, I speak 3 languages, I could juggle, I could water ski, I babysat my whole life. Just pick me, please pick me. And they kept me for the last.
What?
And I thought for sure I bombed it. And like, I think it was, forget what her name was. She used to come to Cancun all the time, the recruiter. And she's like, oh my God, you're my favorite of the whole crew. I'm going to find you a village. I will find you when I promise you. And I ended up getting Cancun because Handel asked for me. I had never met him, but he asked for this French Canadian girl that speaks 3 languages and juggles and water skis. And
had he seen you dance yet, though?
Oh my God, no.
Okay.
My skills.
Okay, well, yeah, we won't spoil that. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what year was your what month did you arrive to Cancun? Was it April or May or June?
It was May 4th.
Okay, that's right.
2004. Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, you were just after me. And when you were applying, so was it during the winter of 2004 that you went to Montreal to apply?
I think it was in 2003 because they wanted to send me that autumn, and I was like, I can't, so that they waited an entire season for me to join.
Oh, wow. Okay. Very flattering.
No,
okay.
Well, not really. I just, I got on the list and I just kind of waited for a village after that.
Okay. Well, you picked a good one. And so you had no idea what kind of dream team Handel had assembled because you didn't know Handel, right? So you had no idea really what you were walking into, right?
I had no idea who Handel was, this magician of happiness, the merchant of happiness. Like I had no idea who anybody were. I was a virgin, a Club Med virgin. I had no clue who he handpicked to go to that village and how crazy it would be. I was a baby. I was 21 years old. I had just turned 21 years old.
Yes, and you could have arrived at a better time because I remember like yesterday we were the chief of sports was doing some kind of apéro near the Palapa, so it was around 5 or 6, and someone had brought you. I forget who brought you, but someone had brought you. And we were all there. Yeah, everyone's looking at you. You're probably terrified at that moment.
I was pasty white. I had just spent the winter in Quebec weather, and everybody was dark. And I just remember feeling so white and just out of place and so young. And like Freddie was there, Red was there, Scott De Palma was there. Everybody was twice my age. I was like, where am I? I don't understand.
Where are the young people at? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, because Handel had assembled a team of legends there. He really got everyone there. So that was like your dream team season. All the there were so many names that went through there. A lot you just mentioned, but a lot more. It was crazy how much talent was on that team, which you probably soon discovered. Okay, wow. So your first week, you're trying to get your bearings. You meet the ski team. How'd that go? Everything okay there?
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was Freddie, Red, Jeffrey, Jeff Ski, Tim Ski, and Jeremy Ski. And I was like, I'm
a lot of skis. Were you Joe Ski? Why not?
I was Joe Ski. Come on, of course. And I was like, wow, I'm with these studs driving boats all day. And I remember for the first time I went to water ski, I fell down. I couldn't even get up. I was like, what is this? I've never water skied on salt water. I'm so confused. I'm so not used to it. And it was just very I tried to show off and I totally fell. And I was super embarrassed. And I was the baby, I was the young girl.
I'm pretty sure
it's very intimidating for me.
They forgave you, right? Because you're kind of on the gorgeous side. So I'm sure they forgave you, right?
Yeah, they didn't mind my bikinis. So
yeah. No one did. Yeah. Okay. Which is why, because when you arrived, we probably weren't looking at, wow, she's really pale. It was probably like, wow, how beautiful. I'm just letting you know that's what everyone was probably thinking.
Oh, thank you.
And then of course, you became the life of the party. So at what point was it? So, you already knew about the hours and Or had you ever worked 7 days a week before in any job?
No, I didn't realize that, there was no weekends. Like I knew there was 6 days a week. I was like, oh, that's fine. I'm just driving boats. But, just the fact that you're on the water all day and with the wind and the sun and, it's very physical and you're like, you want to get hurt by the skier. So you're screaming all day. It's very tiring. And I had a really hard time keeping up and adjusting. I was just so tired all the time. And I realized that sleep was super overrated. Like really in the beginning, I was like, why isn't anybody tired but me? I don't understand.
Well, because they had about 10 years of seasons on you, probably.
Oh my God.
We're used to it.
And my alcohol, I couldn't handle my alcohol. I was dead drunk at like 9:00. I had to like stop myself, and it's just the long hours, then you're doing the crazy signs and the show and then more crazy signs and then bring everybody to the disco. Next thing you know, it's 1:00 in the morning. Let's go rehearse for the show, till 2-3 o'clock in the morning because I can't dance and I couldn't figure it out. So,
Okay, yeah, let's get since you brought it up. So you weren't one of the geos that ran up to the choreographer and said, "Put me in everything, pick me." You weren't. You didn't do that, right? Of
course, I was. I wanted to be part of the gang. That's how you make friends at Club Med. You get into the shows. That's the best part, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
So you asked to be put. Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah. Even though I sucked, it doesn't matter. It was fun. You play dress up. You put some makeup on. And you get on a stage, and you're a freaking rock star. Who doesn't want to do that?
Well, did you demand to be in the front row then when you asked to be in the show, or were you like I'm front row material?
No, I think I don't know why they put me in the front. I don't know. I guess I used to do all these pirouettes, so they would just like, okay, you can do a couple of things there. Go in the front. I don't know. I was in the back in a lot of dances, a lot.
Yeah. That's where they stuck me because they said I was quote unquote tall. Yeah, but they just didn't have the heart to say, hey, no, you're a pretty bad dancer. Stay in the back. Okay.
I didn't say anything.
So the weeks are going on. You're water ski. You were looking at what other people did, but you wanted to stay in water ski, like, or did you ever like say, I want to go do circus, or you were happy to stay in water ski?
I really wanted to do circus, but like just circus shows, so I started like on my time off, when you do water ski, we drove the advance in the morning and then we'd have a bigger break at lunch. So I would go and fly the trapeze if I could, or and then just propose myself to help out in shows and stuff like that, or the juggling activity at night, please love me, please love me, like I was just begging for attention. But Christy, I think she got sick or something and she had to go away for a little bit. I don't know what she had, but they were stuck without anybody doing the doubles. So I was like, well, hi, I've been there all along. So they just trained me in a day and there I was up in the air. So it was super cool. That I really have fond memories. Tiger and Simon, they included me in their little gang. So super grateful for that experience. That was really cool. I didn't want to go teach it. I didn't think I was teaching material, but just to be part of those special moments was really cool.
Who was your double partner? Was it Tiger or Simon?
It was Tiger.
Okay, that's right.
I did it with Simon once, and then me and Christy would do a really nice one too.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Well, in a way, you still had the best of both worlds. You got to do water ski and circus, right? So that was a pretty good deal.
It was an amazing deal. It was so cool. I look back at it now and I'm like, man, I was a machine back then. I would, train and water ski and circus and drink all night. Like I can't do that now. I'm way too old.
I know, right? Someone says, would you like to drink? You're like, it's Wednesday night. What are you talking? I feel like a punk now when someone says,
yeah, exactly.
Drink. It's Wednesday. Yeah. I have to drink in the day now. I can't drink at night. Okay.
Exactly.
So in terms of culture shock, when you arrived at Club Med, I'm betting that when you were water skiing in Les Sorel, not many guys were water skiing or wakeboarding in a Speedo. So how did you adjust to all the Speedos that were coming out to water ski? Or were there none? Everyone was in board shorts. Or did you have any kind of culture shock? Like, I just use that as an example, but usually Speedos are very haunting for people. So I was wondering if you had any culture shock whatsoever when you got to Club Med.
Well, I don't know that it was culture shock. I think it was more of a generational gap shock, or it was kind of like, wow, I'm this 21 years old and now my friends are 42, 40. Like I had never had friends past the 20s, back home. So to me, it broke kind of that generational gap where everybody's equal. And then second thing that was really, really powerful for me is I grew up in a very white neighborhood in society where pretty much everybody was Caucasian in private schools and on the lake, blah, blah, blah. So for me, I had never had friends from different nationalities. So when I got to Club Med and we were proud to announce that we had 22 nationalities, that was a shock for me too. Like I had no friends from all these different cultures. So that was a culture shock, but not a culture shock in a bad way, in a good way. I got to learn a lot about everybody's culture and really expand my horizon, which were limited. And then third of all, I had never had a gay friend or somebody that liked to play dress up or anything like that. And there I am, like hanging out with gay guys. I'd never had gay friends or lesbians or, I think one of the guys liked to play dress up once in a cross dress once in a while. And for me, that would have been like prejudice in the past. But then I was with all these people and they were becoming my family. And it just broke that barrier like that, it was fascinating for me. I was just expanding on so many different levels. And then finally, the last thing that really culturally or whatever, just shocked me was, I grew up kind of well off as a kid. And that's why, I got there and there was some people with all types of backgrounds, people who never had to work a day in their lives or people that were super poor and were there to pay for, their education or just to make ends meet, or people that chose to do this as a lifestyle and that, were just happy. And I realized that happiness is not achieving, success professionally, or it's not just, being rich and having a lot of money and having a lot of things. I realized that all these people, they're all equal, men, women, from any nationality, any age, any background, we're all like the same. It just really leveled everybody at the same time, like as a big eye opener for me, who was raised in a very, sheltered kind of background. So it was fascinating. It was the most amazing experience in my life. It changed who I was and who I became, because I see friends of mine from, younger, like from the past, and, they're still with the same cliques and all that. And my clique just, exploded through the world, and it was amazing. And it really changed me. So I'll be forever grateful for that.
Well said. Wow.
Yeah. It's a very long
well
story.
Put. No, it was well put.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you came from, so speaking about your family, you came from a tight-knit family. So was it hard working your first Christmas Day, or was
actually
it
not
New
really?
Year's?
We're not tight-knit
okay.
at all.
Okay. Okay.
So I was like, okay, peace out. I'm out. Bye.
So you had no problem working Christmas Day. It was like any other day, or New Year's.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Great.
Yeah,
well,
I really don't like Christmas.
Okay.
And I know you're a big fan, so I'm not going to say it too loud, but I really dislike Christmas.
No, I'm a fan of not working on Christmas Day. I'm not really, New Year's. No, New Year's was never a big deal for me, but it would have been nice not to work on Christmas. So yeah, I was never, big Christmas guy, but I'm just curious if other people, how they dealt with those days. Cause some really missed home, some cried or whatever, cause they missed their family. So I was just curious if they were just like any other.
No,
day.
I never really missed home.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed being there, and the weeks are so packed. I didn't have time to miss anyone. I know one of my roommates, Stephanie, really missed home, and she had pictures of her family all over her geo room, and me, I had nothing. It was like, all right, I'm here and I'm gonna enjoy this. This is where I live. This is my family now.
Let's go back to the shows. So do you recall, did you have a favorite show?
I love Moulin Rouge. Moulin Rouge was the best.
Moulin Rouge. Oh yes, okay, that was your favorite one.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
I love it.
And favorite
the can and just the energy on stage. It was such a sexy show. It was the songs were really inviting, and it was just like it was sexy, it was powerful, and it made you feel good. And people loved the finale with the can and the second finale with the other can we had to redo, and we're like, no, please say no.
Was it the techno? Was it the techno can or the regular can?
I did both.
Okay.
When Jesse was choreographer, it was the regular, and then after that, Patchy? Yeah, Patchy did the techno can.
Oh.
I like the regular one better, though, I gotta say.
Yeah, you sweat a lot less than the regular one.
Oof, yeah. Oh my God.
And okay, so crazy side. So correct me if I'm wrong. When She Bangs would come on, there was a part in She Bangs where you have to shimmy your shoulders. Now, am I wrong? Did I recall Jesse trying to teach you how to shake your shoulders, or because you were shaking your whole upper body, some side to side, or am I remembering this wrong?
No, you got it right. I was going up and down instead of front and back, so it looked like.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I recall you saying I look like a Raggedy Ann that's been electrocuted in your book. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. You were so cute.
Yeah, nice.
You were so cute.
No, it was not cute. It was.
It was.
I was trying real hard.
No, it was so cute. Oh my God. Because everyone knows.
Got it at month 7. So.
Okay, month 7. Okay, but who's counting? Okay.
Who's counting? Yeah, exactly. Whatever. And at the end, I would just do it for shits and giggles because everybody used to laugh at it. So.
Oh, we loved it. We loved you for doing it. Yes. But I'm guessing that wasn't your favorite one, though. Do you have a favorite crazy sign there?
Oh, that was one of my favorites. Yeah, definitely. I loved She Bang, but I liked Hong Dong a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Joker did that one amazingly. I loved Hong Dong.
Did you like Tomoke?
Tomoke as well. Oh, Tomoke was always a good one. And Sous le Soleil des Tropiques, I really liked that one too.
Oh.
That was the one by the pool.
Old school.
Yeah.
Water ski, wakeboard, circus. Did you have time to try any other sports there, or develop any skills that you never had the chance to, or you were busy
besides
enough
drinking?
No. Well, I guess, yeah, drinking could be a sport. Did you play Buffalo? Okay.
Yeah, but
okay.
You know what? I'm left-handed, so I used to win a lot.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's an asset right there.
Yeah, I don't recall you, losing at all that season. Okay.
Nope. No, I was pretty good at it, but I did like sailing a lot. I learned to sail there. I think you taught me out of everybody.
Hobie
Or maybe Nathan.
Yeah, it was one of us. I used to brag I could teach someone to sail in 10 minutes. So if you had a quick lesson, that was probably me.
I used to be able to go out, but then I need one of you guys to get me back on the boat because I couldn't get back ever.
That happened. It was a weird wind at Cancun, it was always changing.
But that was super
offshore,
fun. I really like that.
Do you have any from your first season? Do you have any clean, appropriate, funny stories? I mean, it doesn't have to be funny, but it's something really wild and wacky happen, or I don't know, just you had a run-in with some, about a positive type of story. Do you have anything like that? Did anything kooky happen?
Well, once a year, I don't know why. I think it's on PJ's birthday. I think about that. So we all went to Dady'Os, Dady'Os one night in Cancun, and we have that VIP area, and we're like, they have this guy go out with the flames, and we're all watching and screaming and drinking all this really sugary drinks. And all of a sudden, I'm tired, and I can't deal with this anymore. When are we leaving? So I fall asleep on those little poofs. I put 2-3 poofs together, and I fall asleep. And I wake up, and the lights are on, and they're cleaning the place. And
what? Are you serious?
PJ's there, and he's sleeping too. And I wake him up. I'm like, shit, what time is it? Where, we need to go. Where's everyone? Everybody left, and we're pulling our cash together. And I think we have $4 together, and we need to get back to Club Med. And Handel's gonna kill us because he takes the presents at the front at the front gate. So we're like, oh, how are we gonna get back? And so we're trying to decide if we want tacos or we want to take the bus or we go, try to get a ride. And we're like, oh man, but I'm so hungry. I'm like, me too. Well, no, we need to take the bus. Okay, so we take the bus, fall asleep on the bus, and we get to the Wyndham next door, and we're like, all right, let's go through the Wyndham, through the beach, and then let's walk all the way, super walk of shame. Let's hide. And by this time it's 6:00 and we know Handel's up. So we're like we're running, we're running, trying to get back to the casitas. But that the time I woke up at Dady'Os, like that blows my mind how I fell asleep there.
Oh,
like,
they just left you there to sleep on the poofs?
yeah.
Okay.
Me and PJ. Me and PJ just woke up at Dady'Os. Go figure.
Okay.
That and a zillion, like, like the walk on the beach, all dressed from one end of the village to the other. Those were fun.
Yeah, it's usually when you do the walk of shame, it's alone. Yeah, not with someone. But yeah, okay. I know I
Yeah.
never heard that story before. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
I mean, I have stories for years. Like it's such an environment that's, like you just have so much fun and you meet such unique people like GMs and like people that are just interim for a couple weeks or people from other villages that are on vacation. Okay, funny small world story. I'm at this club in Vancouver. We're watching the Montreal Canadiens game and I'm with some flight attendant friends of mine. And at another table, there's more flight attendant people and people I don't know. And this girl comes out of nowhere screaming at me. Like, she's like, "Oh my God, you're Joe." And I'm like, yeah. Who are you? She's like, you know me, Annie. I'm like, I don't know you. I'm sorry. Like, where do I know you from? She's like, yeah. I know you from Cancun. I'm like, ooh, you and like 60,000 people. And she's like, no, you taught me how to water ski. I'm like, okay, that narrows it down to 3,000 people. And she's like, no. I was on vacation with Jen, da. And you used to go out with what's his name, and we all went to this restaurant. We all got drunk and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh.
She just narrowed it down for you. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, and so we became super good friends in Vancouver, and she out of this 1 week she spent in Cancun, she became my one of my best friends in Vancouver. Like you make friends for life. That's the best thing for me from Club Med is the friendship I made.
You must have a couple of hundred, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So do you, man. Come on. You've done so many seasons. You know everyone.
I'm guessing. So were you shy? Because I think, you adapted pretty well, but when it's time to eat meals with the guests 3 times a day, how was that in the beginning for you? Was it easy? Was it like, nah, nothing? Or were you shy at first?
At first, yeah, I was, I'm kind of an extrovert introvert where like, I like my me time, my alone time. And then, when I'm in a party mood, like I like to go out and talk to people and be in the shows and all that. So, but talking to like a complete stranger, being like, "Hi, can I sit with you?" And then repeating the same story over and over and over again. That I used to crack up because we used to be able to do 2 geos at the same table. So I'd pick a friend geo and I'd be like, "Okay, you answer for me, I answer for you." And so when they would start like, "Where are you from?" "Oh, Kentucky." And then we'd have to start a story about like where we come from, and like the other geo would invent a story about me and I would invent a story about them, and we would just have a riot, or we would just answer the most crazy things and crack each other up. So, that's a little poking fun at the GM sometimes, but, make it different. But sometimes it was hard because you felt like you bothered people, like some families, they weren't. I remember one day when we all did Pimps and Hoes. Remember that?
Oh,
we all dressed
yes.
up like Pimps and Hoes.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the theme of the night. But I took it seriously, man. I wore like some fishnets and
God bless
underwear.
you. God bless you.
Bra,
Yes, you
and
did.
pretty
Yes,
much
you
nothing left.
Yeah.
I'm asking this lady if I could sit with her and her husband, and they're like, and she's like, "No, no, you can't." And I was like, "Why?
What's wrong?"
But
oh boy,
that was awesome.
Yeah, I took it seriously too. I dressed as a giant hoe that night, I believe. I
went
full
I have a
drag
great
and
picture.
Yeah, wanted to be pretty. Yeah. I just wanted to be pretty.
But you were very pretty.
Thank
Tall
you.
And blonde.
Thank
and
you
slim. Mm-hmm. But that was a good night.
All right, July 14 rolls around. I didn't know what the hell Bastille Day was when it happened to me my first season. Did you know what Bastille Day was? I didn't.
No clue.
Okay, so you just did whatever they told you, wear this, wear that. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think we were. I was married to Evan that day. We dressed up as like like, the guys in tuxedos and the women in wedding dresses.
Oh, that's
Remember
right.
that?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
served cocktails and stuff like that, and looked pretty and sweated under 300 pounds of tulle. That was exciting.
Do you because you asked, okay, you brought up a question where you just met, well, you brought up a story how you met someone present day. So present day, do you have the same recurring dream where you are back working at Club Med like to this day, or do you not dream at all?
I sleep like a rock. I don't dream of going back to Club Med, but I think about it a lot. It's all over my house, the memories, and like I still have one of my best friends, Milan, that I talk to a lot. I've traveled with a lot of GOs. I've lived with a lot of GOs, abroad and back in Vancouver and this and that. Like, like a lot of my adult friends come from Club Med, and they're my fun friends, like the people that are crazy, but they're the people that have seen me in my best and my worst, they see you in your glory, and they see you when you're sad, you're mad, you're upset. They become like family, and I don't know, like it's a special bond. I think we compare it to the army, or people that do like kind of a stay abroad that's very intense. They live in the same quarters, they eat together, they have their day work together, but the night work together as well. Like it was very intense, so you got to make really deep friendships. But I think about it often, or I'll remember something funny that happened and I'll text that person. And like my PJ story, once a year I text it to him: enjoy your birthday, have some shots, get drunk, but not like Dady'Os. Yeah.
Well, how about when you hear a song, like you're in a grocery store and a song from Club Med comes on, do you have to physically restrain yourself from moving side to side and clapping?
Yeah. And like if it's in the car, it's like it's full on, like, hey, yeah. like I have no shame. I don't care. Whoever watches me, whatever. I work at Club Med. Deal with it.
Were there any employers or managers who stood out for you that first season that made a good impression on you, or chief of service? Could have been anyone really. Did anyone like really make an impression on you?
Yeah, I mean, Handel has the reputation he has, not for nothing. I mean, this man is the happiest person I've ever met, the most positive person I've ever met. He always sees the good side of people and things and situations. And just like the hurricane, we did the Cancun encore during the hurricane,
Yep.
There's no panic with, Handel is hardworking. He's mentally very strong. And plus he's a machine. He never sleeps, but he's got this kindness to the world that I will aspire to be every day, so Handel was a big, in French we say coup de coeur, like, how do I say that? Like kind of like a big discovery for me of like, how could a person be so kind? That was amazing to me. And then Red, he was my chief of Waterski. He was just super smart in the way he could repair any boat, and very dedicated, very kind of organized, and taught me that service first, so you take care of your guests first, and there was kind of he brought a lot of structure to a place that had very much structure, because the schedules are very strict, and don't be late at the bar, 7:10 at the most. But he kind of gave me a lot of guidance and helped me understand and path the way for me. So I love Red.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's true. That's and how many times in Cancun, if you couldn't handle it, did you handle it?
Oh, nice. Well done. I screamed for help to handle, touched my ear when some gross guy was trying to pick me up. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, that must have happened a lot. Okay.
Oh my God. I used to call on the Waterski boys all the time.
Okay.
But, yeah.
You just had to say you're gay like I did. Okay. It always worked.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Okay. Next time. Did you meet any celebrities at all? Anyone you recognize there from even the Quebec stars, or did you meet any? Because you were in Cancun about a year, right?
9 months. Yeah.
9 months.
Almost had a baby. I want to say yes, but now I can't think of it. Anybody. I want to say we met people. But you remember they filmed that soap opera
Yeah,
at the hotel?
the Mexican soap opera, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was baller. I got to drive the boat while they were making out on the boat.
Oh, really?
I've never seen that show. I would have really
Okay.
loved to see that show.
Oh, I didn't know
Did you
that.
ever see it?
No,
No?
no. They were at sailing too for a bit. No, but I didn't. No, I didn't know you had a scene in that. Okay.
Well, I was just a boat driver, you know.
So at the end of these 9 months, did you? I can't recall if you stopped or you requested a second season. Did you stop for a bit?
Well, after the first season, I told them I could stay till February, so I was going to Spain to study, and so they let me stay till February.
Okay, so you did get to go to. Now, did you finish your was this a semester abroad type of thing for your undergrad?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you went to Spain.
Yeah.
And then you came back to Montreal, and then you did do a second season because I recall.
Did.
Didn't you go to Watuco?
Yeah. Ixtapa.
Okay, that was right. Ixtapa. Yeah. Okay. And
yeah, I totally lied. I said I was a really good sailor because I wanted to go there. And
yeah, that's right. That's right.
And then I ended up going there, and there was no wind, so I was like, perfect. I can tug kayaks all day. No problem.
Yeah, I remember because we were partying in Montreal with a lot of ex-geos, and you wanted to get home early and pack. And I think I said, or I wrote to you, like, why would you want to do that? Go to the village with no sleep, arrive.
You know how
don't pack because you have a much better story that way, right? Do you remember that? I remember you telling me.
Oh my God, it's awful. And now, okay, let me tell you the story. First of all, you guys gave me like 10 pounds worth of bar books. Which yeah. I get to the village and they're completely obsolete.
That's right.
I was super upset, and I tried to exchange them for money because now we had to pay for our drinks.
That's right.
And I think I got like $30 worth of it. I was super upset. But anyway, that night we partied at Simon's place. We had a geo party, and I came home, and my mom, I made so much noise. My mom was like, you got to leave at 6 o'clock. I'm like, it's fine. It's 3. And she's like, you reek of alcohol. I'm like, no, it's just Jaeger, Mom. It's Jägermeister. And she's like, you're so drunk. They're never going to let you on the plane. So in the morning, she gets me out of bed. She puts me in the shower. I'm shaking. I have the shakes. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And then I remember the taxi pulled over, and I puked right in front of the taxi, and he left. I'm like, shit. So then my mom tried to get another taxi and couldn't get one, so she had to drive me because they blacklisted me because I had puke. So they're like, no, we're not taking this drunk girl to the airport. But I was dying. I got there, and there was a geo party that night again.
Oh, nice.
And but then I was seasoned, so I got smart, and we came back from Senior Frogs, and I looked at my schedule, put on my uniform, my bikini, everything. I went to the sailing shack. I pulled out the entire shelves. I put a cushion, and I put a blanket on top of me, and I slept in the sailing shack. And then the next morning, the geos are opening up the sailing shack, and I'm like, what the hell? And I scared the crap out of Zorro. He's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, I'm sleeping here. I was going to be late for sure. And he's like, wow, okay, not first season.
See, isn't that so much a better story? Like if you went home and went to bed early and packed. See,
yeah,
it's so much a better story.
Yes, it's like finding guys in the boats with the girls in the morning.
Oh boy.
And they're leftover.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. So you did Cancun. You didn't do any after Ixtapa, right? Was Ixtapa?
No, that was it.
Okay. Yeah. Then you went back to school, I think.
I went and lived in Vancouver for a bit, for 3 years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for education, you stopped once you got your bachelor's. You stopped, right? When you did your season.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So after Cancun, I went to Spain. Then I went to Miami for a year and a half, and the Bahamas for a couple months, and then after that, I got the Ixtapa gig, went to Vancouver, worked for 3 years, went back to Montreal, started my master's, and then I had a boyfriend in Panama at that point. So I went and lived in Panama for a couple months, and then came back and then graduated, started working, and 6 months later, I was back to Vancouver for 4.5 years working.
So you got your master's. What did you do, an MBA?
Yeah. No, it was like a specialized post-secondary. I don't even know what it is in English. It's like post-grad specialized degree. It's like a master's without a thesis, but with a project.
like course based. So was this at HEC?
It was, yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Very nice. So do you would you say, I don't know if you use the word magical. So would you say your first season was magical in any way compared to Ixtapa, or would you just say you liked them both for different reasons? Was there something special about your first season?
Of course. I mean, first season is so special. Everything's new. You're learning the ways, you're in awe of everything. For me, and we had a dream team. We had the best people in the world work there. And till this day, like I would do anything for any of them. It was the chemistry, the vibe, just how well we all like got along and had fun. And when we went to the disco, and we partied for real, not because we had to, but because we wanted to, and we had fun. And there was a good clique from Quebec, a good clique from the States, the Punta Cana crew, there was a bunch, the Mexican crew, like it was the Brazilian mafia, we had like such like little cliques, but all in all, everybody loved everybody. It was just wow, whereas in Ixtapa, and I loved Ixtapa as well, I had a lot of fun. You had to go out of the village to party. So, the parties ended pretty early, and there was not really any geo parties. It was a little bit later, also 2008, where, the shows were more PG-13, the kids' village. So, things that were acceptable in Cancun were not for obvious reasons. There was no Pimps and Hoe party, that's for sure.
Just
more like
ladies
Disney
and gentlemen.
parties.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
But I remember having a lot of fun inside the, what do you call those mascots? They had like these teddy bear mascots and dog mascots.
Like Clubber and Medi and all those. Yeah.
Yeah, and they banned me from doing that because I was dancing too rowdy on it.
Too suggestively. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Whoops. Yeah. But no, I love my people of Ixtapa too. It was amazing season. It lacked that bonding that I had at Cancun. It was just, it was magical, Cancun.
After 9 months in Cancun, I haven't figured it out, but did you ever figure out what kick comb your hair meant? Because I'm still thinking about that.
The what?
Kick comb your hair.
What did you ever?
You don't remember? The animator would say that on the microphone all the time. He'd say kick comb your hair, but when he said
Bobby D?
No, I think it was Lorenzo. But when he said kick, he would punch. So I don't know if anyone had told him that, because he spoke French, that kick is actually with your foot, not your hand. So, but he always used to say at the foam party, remember, do you want more foam? Do you remember the foam parties? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you remember foam parties.
Yeah, those were fun. I stopped going in there because I was getting molested. Like, never mind.
Oh boy.
You don't know what's poking at you in there. Okay?
That's true. Yes. Yeah. Me for the same reason. That's why I stayed on the mic. Okay.
I did security.
Oh, that's right.
I did.
Yeah, it was a great time. So is there any other story? Like, I don't want to forget anything. I don't want to leave anything on the table. Am I forgetting anything about your first season? Something I haven't said that you want to say? Tell me now, man, because
oh man,
I waited so long to get you on here. I don't want to miss anything,
I don't know. For me, it's like just the Waterski show, and you were part of it too. The grand finale with the pyramid and the bruette and everything that we used to do, and the shower number that was super fun. Like, I just have like the Freddie's jump from the restaurant.
Oh yeah, the barefoot start out of the yeah. I think they've since they've closed that window now. I don't think it opens anymore.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. You're probably very right.
So did you ever see Albert when you were the crocodile? Did you ever come across him like water skiing? Like, have you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This
always
one time
there, right?
There's a baby, and we got a kick out of Tim because there's a baby swimming, and they're not really like swimmers, crocodiles. When they swim, it's because they're going after something or they're moving. And I remember Tim is water skiing, and Jeff is like, go around the crocodile and slow down, like the boat is breaking, because the boats used to always break because they were not meant for salt water. So I started going around the crocodile, and I slow down, and he's sinking and sinking. He's like, Joe, go, crocodile. And I'm like, I can't, man, the boat, it's jammed. And Jeffrey's dying, but he's dying. And then I'm like, I just get him just close enough to being in the water to freak out. And I just pulled up and like left, but we got a good kick out of that. Yeah, we could good kick out of a lot of things.
Albert was a big, and like I remember when we would finish the pyramid and we would land in the lagoon rest outside the pool, he would be under the pool, you know, that space of concrete.
Yeah.
One time I just saw him eating a turtle. I'm like, get us out of here. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, when we used to do the figure eight, you know, where one goes in front of the boat and the other one goes like around the boat.
Yeah.
And I did it with Parker, and man, we missed our timing, and he saved himself, but I didn't. I was going around the boat, so I got like pulled like full G-force and got like yanked out of my skis. Like I literally flipped out of my skis into the mangroves.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm in the mangroves. And then I realized, you know, this is karma for throwing so many GMs into the mangrove. This is karma right there. So yeah, I got
but they didn't go with the centrifugal force that you landed in there, because you know, when you look at, that's one of my favorite moves, the figure eight, but man, that centrifugal force that you're picking up there on the outside, it's pretty
must
powerful.
Have been going like 80 clicks an
exactly.
hour.
I know. Oh man.
But yeah, those are the best memories. I like, you know, sometimes once in a while I'll see like a memory on Facebook pop up of like a dance or a show or something, and I like, it always hits a chord, you know, always like a nice memory. Yeah.
I've got a lot of Cancun videos on my YouTube channel there, so if ever you're feeling nostalgic, they're there.
Ooh. I might do that right now.
All right, Joe, I hate to end this because I could talk to you forever, but I don't want to keep you too long. So I really, really want to thank you for sharing your story, and I'm glad you finally came on. Yes, this was the dream interview. Yes. Thank you for delivering.
Thanks for having me. This is fun trip down memory lane, and
it was for me.
Yeah, I'm super stoked.
I always got a kick out of you. You know, I love you. You know, you're very special. You made that season even more special. So thank you for that.
Thanks. Likewise.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Joe Pilon from Montreal, Quebec. I love you too. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.